Yeah, it's funny, huh?
I know. She's like,
Yeah, just laughing at you. Hey guys, welcome to the Cover Three Show. I'm the host, Chris Raider, and my other host, Amari, and a guy she's still alive. That's Nation Jasin. He's just there, but she's the main host. Um, Today we're going to talk about the offense, the guys we drafted, and some UDFAs we're going to touch across. So that's the premise of our show. Jason, are you ready?
oh, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, four Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, four Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, four Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation. Raiders.
I'm gonna make that one up.
Man.
Hey guys, welcome back. We gonna talk a little offensive ball with the draft pick. Also gonna talk about the players, the stats, and some of the UDFA draft offensive draft they pulled in. So we only drafted 4 offensive guys. How do you feel about that, Jason?
Yeah. But I mean, we drafted, the necessary, which, I mean, for me, I was like, remember we talked about, we said, I was saying like defense, I think will be good, but offense was the problem. But offense needs to get more opportunities. And how do you get that? By the defense taking the ball away. So, we got to build this defense up. And that way, we can compete with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because if we can get the ball back, we have an opportunity to score again. You know what I'm saying? And like it gives us an extra opportunity. So, I just want to see us score points. But I mean, I get it. Like you even mentioned too that their goal is to get this defense stacked up first, and then they feel more, I guess, more confident than we are in the offense. So we will see.
Let me shout out to the chat that's in here. Peter Mark was the first one. Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing? I am in your building. Welcome to the show, brother. Appreciate it. Hellboy's in here. Hey, Hellboy, what's going on?
Gee.
Yeah. But yeah, well, we drafted what we need because everybody was hollering, even you. We need to draft full line. We need to draft a wide receiver. We need to get a wide. I don't want to holler about running back. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we need a running back to complement Genty. And basically, we got all of them. Now, they wasn't the pretty picks. They wasn't the shiny new object. They wasn't the one the whole media was talking about. But if you watch the way we talked about it Sunday, we watched the way the Raiders drafted. They drafted the needs, not what the fans say, what the media said, and all that stuff. They drafted what they need that's going to fit their scheme. And, they drafted what? A quarterback they did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they drafted a quarterback. And what was our team needs?
Quarterback.
And that's what we drafted. The best quarterback in college last year. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up his stats. And they're going to show all the stats from Cal to Indiana. See? So there's the stats from Indiana.
Great school. Cal. Very good school. Great school. Very good school, huh?
But the one thing about that school, Cal Berkeley is one of those think tanks. So man, it's not no dummy. Mm-hmm. He's going to Yale. His daddy went to Brown, Ivy League schools. He went to Cal. So
best school in the world,
You can't be a idiot to go to those schools. And he's not an idiot. He talks very well. So you look at his stats, his freshman year really wasn't that good. Look at that. What? 700 yards, 9 games, 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 interceptions, excuse me, and 14 touchdowns. Still, he had more touchdowns than he did interceptions.
Yeah.
Not like the last quarterback we had. So, that was good for a freshman playing at Cal behind a suspect O-line. I didn't watch that much Cal, but you did.
Yeah.
What was that Cal O-line like?
I mean, we ran the ball pretty well. It's just we didn't have like those big name wide receivers and stuff like that. Like it was kind of like how we have it now. It was just like we didn't have really a standout, but we had Jaden Ott back then. And then we pretty much like I said, we're running team. He ran a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was able to, that was like I said, his first year. But he ran. I mean, that's how we kind of knew him because that boy was running for his life the first year. And then second, he kind of settled in, as you see, like 6 interceptions. So
yeah, he went from 10 interceptions to 6 interceptions and 2 more touchdowns. So he cut the interception down by 4, picked up a TD by 2. And that was his second year.
Yeah,
but it was that third year in Indiana was got him that trophy, both of them. I mean, he got trophies. Not only Heisman, he got other trophies too. So, look at that. I mean, and you would think that, yeah, he only threw for 3,500 yards. And that's good in a sense. And people say, well, some quarterbacks in college threw 4,000. Good. But did they win the championship? Did they win the Heisman? No.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't really a passing team. Like, we definitely were a running team, if anything.
How you – hey, what's up, Raider Ryan? What's surprising? Like 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Pretty good.
That's unheard of. That's unheard of. So, he did good. And the team he was playing for didn't have all the 5-star recruits, the big name high school guys that went to Indiana. No, Indiana, like we said, it's not a football school, it's a basketball school.
Yeah.
But they didn't have all the big time recruits. They did have a couple of transfers. I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. And then Surratt came too, because Surratt was with us. I want to say either his first year or his last year at Cal.
He's at Cal too.
Yeah, and then he transferred over with them too. And our defense, like Cal's defense, was good too. That's the thing. We run the ball, but we didn't have like wide receivers and all that. But we did have a pretty good defense kind of that year too. So with a good defense, he can do his thing.
And a good running game because Hemby came from he's on the UDFA. We'll get to him too a little later on the show.
Yeah,
he transferred from another school. I forgot what school he transferred from, but we'll get to that. So do you talk about his running game? What he ran? So, I mean, I don't expect a 500 yards, 1,000 yards from a quarterback. I don't even want that. I want a quarterback that can throw the ball. Set the table, get them touchdowns, get first downs. Hardest working man in the Raider Nation, James Furpo, Raiders. So, I'm cool with the stats. Like, well, because Brady didn't want a running quarterback. That's what he said. I want a running quarterback because you get the chance of getting hurt. So, and then you want to talk about his fumbles. Not really that much on the board. So he took care of the ball. No fumbles.
In fact, I take that back, y'all. About Surratt, he did not go to Cal, so I misspoke on that. Okay. I thought he did though. I might be thinking of somebody else, but somebody I thought came over with him.
Yeah, so he was a safe quarterback. Dude took 6 picks, but most quarterbacks are going to throw a pick. I never heard of a quarterback going through a whole season starting and not throw at least 5 picks.
Yeah.
4 picks. I think I heard somebody do 4 picks. But other than that, I mean, you look at the stats. 2 rushing touchdowns freshman year in Cal, 2 rushing touchdowns his sophomore year. And then in Indiana, he has 7 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows where the end zone is.
Yeah.
Where to throw it or run it. So the question is, the big debate is, should he start?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, because I mean, he's not gonna see. There's 2 sides of it, right? You don't learn by I mean, you do, but you don't. You learn by kind of getting hands on. You know what I mean? Because I could watch from the sideline all day, but my first play isn't going to be great just because you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of experience things. You got to see things. Now, like with Kirk, I feel like Kirk really honestly gives us the best chance right now due to he kind of knows. I just give it because Kubiak and his relationship, he kind of has a heads up of kind of what Kubiak likes. So that's why I say like that's where he kind of has the heads up on that. But I feel Mendoza, all he has to do is learn and see the type of person that he is. He's going to obsess about it. He's going to know that playbook, you know, but until he gets to that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Kirk kind of gives him a chance to see Kirk kind of go through the motions of an NFL quarterback and see him, how he goes through his preparation of how to, you know what I'm saying? And then that way he could sprinkle that into his game. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like nobody should, because I mean, even if like, say we come to a job like Chris, right? And then I'm new. So like you're not gonna just tell me to just jump in there and you know what I'm saying, do it, right? You're gonna have to show me because I could injure myself. I could, you know what I'm saying, for safety reasons. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the same thing. Because like he's a smart quarterback, and like I said, I have no doubt that he's gonna pick this up. And once he gets in, it's gonna be, you know, he's gonna do his thing. But it's just, is he there yet now? Probably not. So I would say Kirk gives us the best chance because Kirk's played. He's been a franchise quarterback for a couple of teams. So, you know, let him do his thing. And when Mendoza's ready, because see, that's the thing. Like if we start Kirk, right, and say we start winning games, you know, like it puts a damper on us putting Mendoza in because it's like, oh, hey, we gotta ride the hot arm. But say if like he struggles, you know, like how far do you let him struggle?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Mendoza start right away. And a lot of people say, well, he's the first overall pick. He has to start. There's no rules in the book that says that. There's nothing to say. If you get the number 1 overall pick, he has to start regardless. A lot of people say, like you said Sunday, I remember you said the first, second, third round should be starters. Yeah, but sometimes these guys coming out of college are not ready yet. They might look good in college because they're men amongst boys, but now they're boys amongst men. Mm-hmm. So you got to give them a chance to get to speed. I mean, plus, these guys are bigger and faster and stronger. Mm-hmm. You know, these are the best of the best out of college on these teams. Mm-hmm. Most of them. So, but like Ian said, the coach said the best man will start. I can agree with that. Mm-hmm. If actually they go to OTAs, training camp, and preseason, and Mendoza just flat out plays Kirk Cousins, just beat him to the punch. Yeah, sure. Why not? That's what Derek Carr did. But that was different. That was a different time. But yeah, you know, if Kirk come out doing what he's supposed to do, protect the ball, score some points, and you know, do what he's supposed to do, no turnovers, then we're good. then he can sit there. So I was reading this. Oh, okay. So yeah, should he start? Now let's see be Kirk Cousins now. At least we have the option of not having to throw him out there right away. We have options. If you notice that we all wearing black tonight, that was not planned. It just happened that way.
We're all blacked out.
Yeah, well, it wasn't planned that way. So, but it happened. It happens, and we all look good. So I would bring up Zoom stats, but I don't have the stats on him, like how many sacks he allowed and stuff like that. It's all defense. I don't know why they got me defense, offensive lineman. But what do you think about that Zoom guy?
I like him now. I like him. I mean, I did not like him then. It was just I was just confused of the order of the draft. But someone said he was number one in the country, and was it
pass blocking? Pass block.
Oh, pass
he
block.
has the highest grade in pass blocking in that whole college, all college.
Oh man, we need.
So, what'd that tell you?
Smart pick.
All right, but now this is really smart. Why they picked him? The man can play both guards, left, right, and tackle and center. So he's a backup on the whole line if he don't start. Which guys, that's cool because if he's not starting, one guy go there, he can jump right in.
Left tackle at that too, which is I like, because remember we said too, I was concerned about Miller and JPJ hopefully staying healthy, but this way it kind of gives, because I think their mind is in the same place. They're like, hey, just in case.
I don't know. He played tackle in college, but I don't know if he can play tackle in the pros because his arms are kind of short for a tackle.
Yeah,
he has the right size and everything else, and the right feet work and everything is great. Mm-hmm. But as far as tackle, I don't see it.
Probably guard for either him and Burford will probably battle for that guard, or him and Meredith and Burford.
Oh, that's one thing good. We got a battle. Mm-hmm. So whoever's better gonna start.
Yeah.
But yeah, tackle, I don't see it. I think the tackle is going to be if what's his name? I forgot his name that quick. Cole Miller goes down.
Yeah.
It'd probably be Grant.
Yeah,
it'd probably be Grant. If Grant don't play the right side, depending what Glaze do. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah. But as a tackle, it can experiment with it, but I don't know. His arm's kind of short.
Yeah. We got big ass Dalton Wagner too.
Yeah, we do. He's still there after all these years. But anyway, not too much on him because I can't find the stats on how many sacks he allowed. I don't know why it won't come up. But anyway, here's another guy we're going to talk about. Let's see.
We didn't talk about that yet.
She want to talk about somebody else.
Yeah.
There's a guy we want to talk about here.
Hey.
Malik Benson.
I thought he was bigger too, because I was seeing like a lot of this stuff where he was leaping over people, but he was 6'1"?
Yeah, he ain't that big.
We got the same skills.
What's going on here?
Just I'm like 20 pounds, heavier, but you know what I'm saying?
I lost my screen. There we go. Yeah. All right, yeah, Malik Wilson. Yeah, he's only 6'1".
Yeah.
But see, he played for Alabama, SEC. 14 games, 30 receptions, 162 yards. Not good. That's why he transferred to Florida State. 12 games, 25 receptions, 311 yards. Not really that good. I guess you like this player. And then he went to Oregon, 15 games, 43 receptions, 719 yards. Now, that's not bad, really, but you got to look at it. Look at the yard average. 12, then 16. That's what you want to see.
Yeah. That's automatic first down. Yeah.
Raiders, hey, what's up, Raiders, man? You ready to come in, bro? Because it's cover 3 show, we don't got 2. Hit me up if you do. Man, my screen messing up. Hold on, guys.
We in that Raider 2. Narrator 2.
There we go. Yeah. So I like the pick. And what you said in your receiver, like I said, it wasn't shiny, it wasn't big, but it was a pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has special skill set that he can bring to the Raiders. Baby trying to say Raiders. She's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know it. Yelling Raiders.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I thought that was a surprise pick for me, but it was a pick.
Yeah, I didn't think he would be, you know what I'm saying, like that late. You know, I thought he would have got picked up, but
yeah, but I'm cool with it. I mean, we got a ton of receivers.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a good battle.
Oh man, I'm gonna bring up we got 9. Now count him 10, and I'm gonna bring up the UDF to be signed too. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about those guys.
Yeah.
So it is and what's so good about that? Each receiver being a special skill set.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a battle for certain spots. And a lot of people say he might be special teams. Yeah, probably. More likely, a lot of rookies that come in here don't usually go special teams. But they already got a special team player that they got from Seattle named Derek.
Yeah.
Young. He's a special team beast. So, you know, if somebody beat him out, good luck.
Yeah, like the Bachmans and all the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't see Bachman making his team.
Yeah, no, that's why I feel like these guys will be replaced. And then, like, you know, it should be like that. We are, you know, there's some that are going to stay. But, like, that's why we'll, at some point, too, look at who do we think, like, who do we see the 5 that we'll end up keeping?
Yeah, Donnie Thornton, the coach. The coach told Donnie Thornton that I'm on his. He told Dante Thornton that you're gonna need him to step up this year, pretty much.
Yeah,
I can't
I haven't given up on him yet. Like
I haven't either.
We need that skill set too. We need that big receiver. You know what I'm saying? And
I haven't given up on him. Because see, if you see, he did some kick and punt returns. Florida State, he had 1 return for 3 yards and 9 for Oregon for wow, that's not bad. 161, 17.9 yards carry. So he did some special teams.
Yeah.
But I didn't hope they bring him in for that. They already got a guy to do that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if we're smart on offense, Brock Bowers should be the biggest decoy ever this year. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's gonna try to double and take that away, and we should be ready for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why these guys should get open.
Yeah.
You know, because if you send these two, I don't know, Thornton, they send Thornton out there, and then this guy who's fast too.
Mm-hmm.
They send him out in the field, send him out, and they can't double cover Brock because one of these two guys can catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If Thornton step up, or Tucker, or the other host of receivers they got there. The receiver was crowded. So I felt this pick was decent. We said we need to get some receivers. Yeah, we did. We didn't get Boston. We didn't get the other guy, Hurst. And they could have got him, but they passed him up and got somebody else. So they must have saw something in him or saw something in Boston they didn't like, or because he did come in for the visit.
Yeah.
And because the one thing about people don't understand what the Raiders are doing now, which I can see what they're doing. is that they judge people by their character and intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, because Gruden was bringing somebody because he saw his game. Say he's a Gruden grinder. Okay, but is he smart? Alex Leatherwood. So they're Dan, what's in Damon Arnett? Not David Arnett, Damon Arnett. What's that guy that idiot? They brought him in. Did you check his background? Did you check his history? Did you check this dude got everything? Hey Chuy, yeah, man, you know we're gonna really it's our show, Chuy. We're gonna keep it running, man. We streaming to your station too, man. Your channel. It's your show, man. When you get everything together and hopefully everything's going healthy for you guys right now, you can come back with us. Because this is our show. We all three decided to do this. So we're good.
Love you, bro. Hang in there.
Yeah. Everything's going good. Anyway, so and that's what they're going by character. They're going by intelligence. As well as them being a good football player. Mm-hmm. So something in that interview with Boston and Hurst, well, I don't think Hurst came in, but Boston came in, it didn't rub them the wrong way. Because they had a chance to get him. Yeah. Because right after he picked, who did he pick? Right before him. Oh man, I forgot the word.
Wasn't it the no.
Oh, we picked the
Hezekiah.
No, did we pick the defensive lineman before him?
No, I thought defensive end or the defensive tackle was the last one.
No, the edge rusher.
Oh, he was the third pick. We
picked him.
Oh, I thought you meant after him. Sorry.
No, that's right. We did pick the cornerback, the safety before. That's right. We did second round. Yeah, we picked him right before he did because the Browns took. Good luck on the Browns.
Yeah, I know. That sucks. Jets or Browns? You kind of. I mean, I know we didn't have the best record in the world, but I mean, I would rather be a Raider than a Jet and a Brown.
Yeah, so that's Malik Benson. Good stats, decent stats. I mean, it's not mind-blowing stats. That's why everybody's like, who?
Yeah.
All right, so you want to come in? All right, hold on a minute.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him. I'm gonna see you in a sec. Yeah, so we got to see him on the field. We got to see everything, on the field.
Chris, I'm back screaming playoffs too. I thought I could contain myself, but I can't. So we there's a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's up to Kirk really, because if Kirk can get us to a strong start. I know. I'm believing the hype again. I'm sorry. But we got a chance, though. Till we don't. Oh, mama. We got a chance till we don't.
You screaming playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, hey, because I think of everybody in our division, quarterbacks coming off injuries. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that evens up the stakes a little bit. So we're going to just beat the hell out of each other and see what happens. But we'll know. Like I said. Remember last year I said we'll know by week 2. This one I think it's going to take a little bit longer to kind of see because we actually got some pieces. And with the defense that we kind of are putting together, we are going to be way, 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 way better because we're younger, we're hungry.
Well, last year we had Pete Carroll that wake up winning 10 games.
Yeah, 10 games for breakfast.
You notice how we got both coaches from Seattle? You notice that?
Yeah. I feel like we picked Pete's brain on how, what I'm saying? Like, come on, let us know, Pete. What's the deal? What's the deal with bro?
What not to do? Hey, Pete, this is how you not coach in the NFL now.
Yeah.
It's the little gun smoke. Yeah. Anyway, so that's Malik Benson's stat. He'll make the team, I think. He'll probably, if he don't make it on a 53, he'll be a practice guy.
Yeah.
At least. The minimum. Because they brought him to replace some receivers. I don't know which ones they're going to replace, but he's brought in to replace some receivers that they had that either practiced or in real game situations didn't quite cut it. So that's it for that. Let's see. So one last guy we need to talk about. I'm gonna bring him up.
I was gonna throw out a random name, but I'm not. Be serious. Be serious. I was gonna throw a name out, but I'm not. I'm just kidding. Ah, my boy.
There he is. That guy's still there. Mike Washington. Mike. John Leon's in the building. What's up, John Leon? Mike. I was so happy when they got this guy. This is my favorite pick in the draft. Not named Mendoza.
Yeah, I felt naked without another running back in that room. I swear, like as that draft was going and we started, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I do not feel comfortable going into this draft with our, you know what I'm saying? And then like when we got him, I'm like, perfect. You know, because like both can run you over. Both you will have to bring your hat. With Genty and him, like it's gonna be, you know, no plays off. Like you're gonna have to come with it. And that's gonna be so good for the play action too, because you know what I mean. Oh man. Like I said, it looks good right now. It does to me. It looks good so far. I just can't wait till they get to camp and we sort out everybody and you know, we see our new squad.
Yeah, and the thing is that when he gets tackled, he falls forward. He don't get hit and fall backwards. He falls forward. So if you hit him or you stop him, you're gonna get another yard or two just by falling forward. You know? So he's fast. 4'3". That's pretty fast for a running back. And as big as he is, 6'1", they say 6'2", but I don't know, 6'1 3/4, 233 pounds. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That gives me that McFadden feeling. You know, remember McFadden?
Oh, I do.
That's the vibe I got when they drive and say, "Oh, we got McFadden." Man, we got McFadden back. That McFadden, that Tyron Wheatley guys. When you hit them, now you bounce off of them, and they still trucking. That's what I feel like we got.
Yeah, and then Hemby, like I said, someone said it in the chat too.
Yeah,
like
I see. I'm gonna get to all the. Right now, if I just got, we'll get to the UDFAs. Yeah, we got Hemby and we got a few other guys there. But yeah, but so far, I mean, what did he do? See, he was at Buffalo. I know he was at Buffalo. I thought he went somewhere else. Oh, he did go to Mixon State. That's what I thought he left from. But he played in Buffalo. And then played that many years. I mean, he had 13 games for 625 in his second year.
Yeah.
Third year, I don't know if he played that. Well, what's that mix? It's an asterisk. I forget it. So he played there twice. He played there. So it almost at 1,000 yards. You look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what the asterisk mean. Hold on, guys. An asterisk means what? Don't tell me.
I'm gonna let Rev in real quick.
I don't know what the asterisk means. Both stats are included. Then why is it?
Rev, what up?
I don't know. Whatever. It's still the same team, same year. Or the year next year. So, was he redshirt? No. I don't know. Guess as good as mine. I got to look at that up. I don't know. I looked at that and know what that means.
I just lost my camera.
He left the SBS in negative yards last season. He led the FBS. Yeah, one thing about Mike, one thing I ain't like about Mike, that he ran and sometimes he didn't get out the backfield. You know, so if he ran 10 times, 7 times, he had a backfield. But then again, that was in Arkansas. That wasn't a good team. So with a better offensive line, you should be fine. still ran for 12, almost 1,300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fact that they did get in the backfield, like Genty, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he'll run he'll run 3 times and get 3 yards. Then the 4th time he runs, he's getting like 40. You know?
Yeah.
That's the kind of running back he is. He's one of those guys that at any given time he can just break off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing knock on him, he's done it straight upright. Well, you know, Eric Dixon, what he did, he ran straight upright. McFadden did too. He ran kind of upright too.
Yeah. He always get tackled, shoestring tackles.
Yeah, but one thing run upright, you know, if they can't hold on to you, then you're gone. Because he got some great leg strength. But I'm sure they'll work on it. Good thing Chip Kelly's like, he probably say, hey, run lower.
Yeah.
I'm a running style, dude.
Get higher.
No, I want you to crouch a little more when you run. Dude, I don't run that way. Yeah, so that was the happiest pick for me. Finally, we got a running back, a good running back. Not a big name. Not one of those guys, you know, top of your tongue, but it was really that. Is he here? So you're not connected, dude. You gotta connect your mic or a camera or something. I can't bring you in. But you know, at least they drive running back. Like I said, not a big name. And they had to waste a high draft pick to get him. Hey, what's up, Frank Weber? Well now. But yeah. Ooh, look at that. And Nation's in here. Hey, what's up, Rated Nation? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys in here.
Now it's a party.
Yeah, so I'm happy. I mean, come on. Guys, you won the running back. I did.
Yeah.
You won the whole line.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive, you got one. Not only did you get one, but you got a versatile offensive lineman. That means he can play all the spots on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Not just dedicated, or just not a dedicated left tackle. That's all you can play.
Yeah. Hey,
go ahead.
I was say, guess what we don't need yet next year in the draft?
What's that?
A quarterback.
No,
so we got to focus on getting a quarterback next year.
Raise my hand. I'm sorry. You know what the Baltimore Ravens did? Okay, I'm done with this. Let's see. Anything besides we know fumbles? They don't really list as fumbles and stuff. But let's see. No, they don't. I got to find a better stat sheet. Let's talk about this before I get to the UDFAs.
Okay.
So I heard 2 stories. This is funny. I forgot who. I was watching Rich Eisen. I forgot who reported on this. But the Baltimore Ravens were in the draft. Right? And they called a team. They didn't specify which team they was talking to trade. Did you hear about this? Yeah. So I don't have all my facts right. I just heard today before I came out here. So as the story goes, that they was going to trade with somebody, and the team said, okay. Then they called back to finalize it, and the other team said, oh, you know what? We changed our minds.
Got him.
And who reported that was a legit report. I forgot his name. I had to look at it again. I called it while I was leaving. I get to my studio. I was in the house looking at, oh, shoot, I got a studio. Now I got tied up. He said, we changed our minds.
Good for them.
And then another thing, you know what they did? They brought in Diego Pavia for a camp invite.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did.
That's crazy. Well, at least he, good for him. But
no, because he's an idiot. I don't know. He should never play football in the NFL. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
So that ain't no good for him. Other guys can go in there fine, but this dude's an idiot.
Yeah, it'd be a cheap contract. He'll never play because Lamar.
Dude, they'll show him stand next to Mendoza, dude, like a midget. I mean, I'm not midget. I'm sorry, a little person. That's kind of like completely incorrect now these days. I want to make sure we don't get tagged for that.
We love people of all sizes.
Yeah, I like. Hey, never mind. I'm gonna get a
Short, tall, skinny blockers. Even but
I was gonna say something else. But you know how it goes.
Am I smiling on both sides, or am I still halfway? I can't. Oh no.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
It's coming.
You almost look at you almost look as good as me.
No.
You're getting it. It won't be too much long.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's close. I feel tingling like sometimes, so it's coming.
That's good. At least you're getting better because 2 weeks, man. We got to make a showing.
That part, people gonna be like, "Damn, what's wrong with Jason? Jason look like Bobby Brown."
Say this dude got one side of his face dropped, the other guy can't even walk. What the hell? Who are these guys, man?
You guys are singing like, and I know you getting bored.
Yeah, man. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so you mentioned Hemby, right?
Yeah.
Some other guys they brought in too.
Yeah, I am was talking about Hemby too.
They brought some other guys too. You see that? I'll make it bigger.
I mean, I can see it. Chat, can you guys see it?
You guys see in chat?
There
There
we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those guys they brought in. These guys that actually they signed. You say Pavia spent his money before he even made a dime. Yeah, you party.
Yeah, part.
Yeah, see, you heard that story too. I heard that story. I was crying. I was damn near down. The team said, "No, we changed our mind."
You heard it too. You heard it too.
Yeah, karma's a bitch, So that's what you get. And then they brought in Pavia. Okay, well, I want to see what you're doing. All right, anyway. So they got two guys, right? They got EJ Williams Jr. and Roman Hemby from Indiana signed to a UDFA. So I mean, they got a contract.
Mm-hmm. EJ Williams, I think he's gonna make it too, either somehow on the practice squad, but I think he can definitely make this roster too. But like I said, it's gonna be a battle, but I don't know. I feel like he can make it.
Yeah, look at that. Who's Chase Roberts? Oops, didn't do that. Oh well, it did it. It's Chase Roberts, wide receiver, Highland, Utah.
6'3", yeah.
No, what's about this guy?
He's good.
Got BYU. That's right. Yeah, I did hear something about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of those. He's one of those what Beckman. He's like a back Bachman type. One of those clutch receivers that he'll catch that third down and 5 or third down 6. He's one of those guys.
Okay.
There we go.
The red man.
All right, there you go. You're finally in here.
Man, I don't know what's going on. It won't let me go on the computer. It keeps blocking me.
Hating on the kid.
So we are on the phone.
Oh, so that's what that is. Okay, yeah, I heard Chase Roberts. UDFA.
Yeah, I never seen him this year.
But why I didn't watch BYU?
Is he like Puka? Is this the Puka?
He's built like a damn brick shit house, that's for sure.
Yeah,
you see the size of that dude? He looks like a tight end.
Man.
Yeah.
Watch him be the best wide receiver ever that we've ever seen.
Hey, watch you come on and be a Hall of Famer all of a sudden, like, man. Yeah, but they say he had good hands, and he's a clutch receiver.
Yeah, he's nice. He's just not quick. He kind of like a Hunter Renfrow type.
Oh, we don't need it. We got enough speed. We don't need it.
Not the moves that Hunter Renfrow got, but I mean just good hands that third down type guy that's not the quickest, but he's gonna get open.
Yeah, that's the guy they need. One of those clutch guys, because that was supposed to be what's his name? Beck. No, we'll see how that plays out. Supposed to be our third down receiver.
I think Beck will do all right this year. I was looking at his stats because I was in somebody's chat earlier. He had 29 targets with 20 receptions. I mean, that's pretty good. with
Yeah.
229 yards, right? And then a lot of people are hating on the Ashton Genty pick because we didn't get Tedero McMillan. Tedero McMillan had 129 targets with 70 receptions.
Yeah, and I think he had like
He had 1,000
100.
yards on those 70 receptions because he had like 4.2 a catch. But Jack Bench had 11 point something a catch. So
Yeah,
That's
he
a
had a lot of drops. That's what I heard. He had, I forgot the number was, but he had a lot of drops.
that's a lot, bro. 129 targets, and you only caught 70 of them. That's almost six. That's 60 drops to 70 catches. That's barely 50%.
And we had Geno Smith.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
He had Bryce Young, a first-round pick, throwing him the ball too. So I think a lot of people hate on that Ashton Genty pick because they wanted T-Mac, but T-Mac really wasn't all that. I mean, he had 1,000 yards. Yes, could we use the 1,000-yard receiver? I mean, yeah, but not one that catches and drops as much as Dante Thornton, in my opinion.
Is that Myra G? Myra G was sub, man. I ain't seen in a long time. Oh my 50. Hey, we're going to Bakersfield. This time I'll recognize you. I'll find you first thing. I'll remember to see you. Oh man.
Hey, I am brought up about the 4 drops too. That's the thing about the dude from Oregon too. In his whole career, 4 drops. Malik Benson.
That's cold. That's cold.
That's good. That's good.
And he's one of those guys that wasn't he another one of those guys that started out as a walk-on, not highly talented, fucking flipping. Sorry. He's one of those guys we was talking about it earlier on my live when I was earlier. Is even if you look at, he was on the draft boards, right? But if you try to find him anywhere, type of like an EJ Williams, these guys were kind of unnoticed, right? They're kind of hard to find. So we got a couple of guys that just weren't. I mean, Malik was on the radar. Yes, he was drafted in the first round, but there's a couple of those receivers like EJ Williams that played with Fernando Mendoza that you can't really find a lot on that guy, which is crazy because he played with 3 different quarterbacks at Indiana.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think they brought him in just for that fact that doing practice and doing all the OTAs, he's comfortable with EJ Williams. He knows how he runs, so that'd be something like to boost his confidence up. Plus, he's a good receiver. It wasn't that bad. It's just that they had other receivers at Indiana, the other guy who caught those back shoulder passes and stuff, that outshined him.
I mean, 400 yards on, I think, I don't know exact, but I think it was like 30 catches, 400 something yards. I mean, that's what more can you ask for your fourth string receiver,
Yeah, I mean, when like he, I can't pull him up. Hold on, man, guys. It wasn't like he was a bad receiver. It's just like, he wasn't that, like I said, that shiny new object, like that big time receiver, everybody looking for that, a big catch and all that good stuff. In a second, see if I'll find him.
And I think that's why, the people that are upset with the draft is because they were expecting those big names like, Caden McDonald. They were expecting the Denzel Boston, right? They weren't expecting a Traden Stukes that unless you watch draft film, unless you're going through all these guys, a lot of people don't even know who he was, right? Or seen a lot on them. They're just not happy because they didn't get their guy that they wanted. But I'm looking at Trey Stukes. I'm like, this dude plays 4 different positions. I had Denzel Boston as my top receiver coming to the Raiders, but I'd rather have a guy that can play 4 different positions on the defense than a guy that's just going to play the X, and not get probably, lucky if you get 5 or 6 targets a game, right? So
exactly. I already have somebody there that can make the big catches, the good quality catches. That have big name because what gets that good? Like the Raiders always in the past used to get these guys because of their names, because they did in college. Sometimes college players don't translate to the NFL. Which in college it might not work here.
And look at the guys like Puka Nacua, and JSN. Like, where were these guys drafted? Where
I never heard. Oh, go ahead.
Who missed on those guys, right? So
I never heard JSN. I mean, I heard of him, but he wasn't like a big name.
Yeah, there was no talk about Jackson Smith and Jigba being, that number one guy coming out of college, or even being that guy in college, or even with Seattle, because they had other guys and he was under the radar. But then
Puka had more.
he
Puka
becomes
had
that
more
guy.
buzz coming out.
Yeah, but he wasn't really high on everybody's draft board.
Yeah, but he wasn't like, yeah.
It was Tech and those other guys were high on the draft boards. That's were high because of their name and what the big splash did in college. The big catches and all that stuff. That's what everybody look for. Look for the big shiny thing.
Yeah, they want those. They want those names that every time they turn on their TV, those are guys they're talking about, right? They want those guys that are in Mel Kiper's top 100. They want those guys that are in Todd McShay's top 50. And if you don't get those guys, the draft is a fail. And I just got to disagree with that, man. There's so much talent that you can get in later rounds, like Max Crosby. You know what I mean? You got a Max Crosby. I mean, look at Dak Prescott and how long he's played as a fourth round pick in the NFL draft. So it's not, they're needles in haystacks, but you can get those guys not all the time, but there's one, there's a couple of them per year that are slept on that come out. I mean, look at the running back class last year. look at how many running backs were drafted in the fourth, fifth, sixth round that had numbers that were up there to Genty's. Like, I mean, they had better offenses. They went to better teams because they were drafted later, but
that guy Tom Brady was drafted pretty late too.
I mean, Tom Brady, you look at Brock Purdy, right? You get some of these guys. I mean, even our own, right? Even our own in the building right now, Kurt Cochains drafted in the third, fourth round, right? So
you never know what you can get because, like I said, the Raiders of the past were looking at the shiny objects, or like I said earlier, Gruden grinders. What the hell is Gruden grinders? So what they did now is that one thing, the Raiders have a way better scouting team they had in years, thanks to Brandon Hunt. They scout these players
who might be gone.
No, not Brandon Hunt. It's the assistant GM. Brandon Hunt's the president of scouts. The other guy might get Minnesota want to pick him up. Spytek's assistant.
He's out.
With us against us.
A GM job or assistant GM job?
Oh,
come on! Thank you, Spytek, for your opportunity.
yeah. Minnesota won him.
I appreciate you, but we got bigger and better things to do. Of course, they looking at our draft. The last 2 years, they're going. Wait a minute. It was time.
They look exactly what we did. How we started to change our organization around. Like in 2 years, man, looking better. Last year was a filler. Like, let me fill this out. This year, I know the hell I'm doing. I got my scout team. I got my assistant managers. I can do what I need to do. I can hire the coach instead of coach being hired when I get here. So it's all playing out. It's all working out. So this is stats right here, right? What pushed me off table? He said he only wait. Who is this? Okay, EJ. I don't like I said, if you look at last year, he didn't do that much. 36 receptions for 438 yards. But each catch was 12 yards a catch. And he had 6 touchdowns. With only 36 receptions.
Shit, that's 6 more than all of our receivers.
Right? Put together, damn near.
Put together. Yeah, ain't lying.
But I was saying though, 30 times he caught 36 times. Six of those 36 times he caught a touchdown. That's a good ratio.
It's a damn good ratio.
So
I'll take that all day.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, plus he had 12 yards to catch. Huh.
Yo.
Come on now.
Like, we talked about this. I was talking about this in my live earlier. Everybody still thinks we need that X receiver. But if you're looking around the league, right, we need that 6'4" speed guy. But I'm looking at all these top receivers, and I had it on this phone. I was going to pull it up while I was talking, but since I couldn't get on the computer, I had to re-pull it up. But you look at all these guys, like, not Tedero McMillan, but Terry McLaurin, right? 6 foot. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 6 foot, right? You're looking, you know, Saint Brown, 6 foot. You're looking at, I mean, all these top receivers right now. And then you go down to 5'10", right? You have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle, right? Like people forget that Miami had one of the best offenses in all of football with two of the smallest receivers, bro. They didn't even have a good tight end. They had Tua Tagovailoa throwing them the ball to two speedsters and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek, right? Both of those guys are what, 5'10"? You know what I mean? So I don't really see like you have to have an X receiver when you got a guy like Brock Bowers. I just don't. I don't feel like the X, a big giant X. You have your possession guys, right? The possession guy, yeah, I know the X stretches the field, but you're telling me if you send Trey Tucker with 4.3 speed in that X position, somebody's not gonna follow him. They're just gonna let him go. The whole position is, yeah, you might throw it to him, but that's your number one target. You still have 3-4 more progressions to go through, right? And find the open man. So it's a game of cat and mouse. You don't have to have that X guy that can make the big plays, right? Yes, you want the big plays. The fans want the big plays. Everybody wants the big plays. But now we have 2 running backs, 3 damn running backs. If you count Hemby, I mean, you have 3 running backs that you can just constantly feed the rock to and make big plays. You can pass out of the backfield in the screen game now. You have 2 physical tight ends. If you're in 12 personnel, right, that leaves 1 receiver. And a lot of people are forgetting now we have a fullback. So how many times is a fullback going to be on the field, right? You got 5 offensive linemen, a tight end, right, a quarterback, a running back, and a fullback. That's 9 guys right there. So, yeah. You're not – I don't think there's a huge need for that X receiver, especially in a rebuild, right? You can get one next year. There's also going to be June 1st cuts, right? There's going to be guys cut June 1st that were drafted from other teams that don't make the cut that they can bring in. The Raiders are great at, picking up those former first round picks that don't pan out and, Caleb on chasing type guys, right? Bringing them into a different system. So there's always that option too. And then my biggest thing is you got Brandon Rice in the building, right? A young man that has an opportunity to play for a team that his father played for, a team that his father built a legacy at, not just at the 49ers, but with the Raiders, right? Went to a Super Bowl. Like, I don't know, how this kid's mindset is or heart is, but when you have that opportunity, I think that kid's going to, come out swinging for the fences, right? For that opportunity. I mean, I would if I had a chance to play where my dad played and, I'm already on the team and all I got to do is not mess it up, right? Or go out and, make some big plays. I'm doing everything I can. And when you got a guy like Jerry Rice teaching you, I mean, don't sleep on Brandon Rice, right? Don't sleep on Cedric Jackson, who came in, had a touchdown, 35, 40 yards on one play, last year with Kenny Pickett throwing him the ball, in an offense that we can't push the ball down the field, but they came in and did it on one play and then he never got any more reps, right? So, we have receivers. That's why I don't think they needed to go a big receiver. You have to play the guys. If Spytek is true to his word, you draft guys, you develop them. If they don't develop, you move on and you bring in guys to replace them. But you constantly bring in guys at those positions, to push other guys. And I think they did that with the UDFA wide receivers. They're all solid guys that can push guys that may be a little bit too comfortable in this system, right? So you got Cedric Jackson, you got Brandon Rice. You still got Shorter, who's another 6'4", big receiver that they moved to tight end. There's a reason they brought him back. Then you bring in a guy like Jalen Naylor, who, you're paying, over $30 million for. So, $10 million plus a season. Like, you're not paying him $10 million a season if you didn't believe that dude could come in and be that at least the number 2. You know what I mean? So at least number 2. So I think a lot of people are just sleeping on the receiver group because they didn't have production last year. But we didn't have a quarterback. We had a quarterback that was sacked 65 times. That's 65 times a receiver didn't get the ball, right?
Yeah, they did 17 times to the other team.
Not yet. Yeah, and that's not counting. Yeah, that's 65 sacks. That's not counting the 17 that he threw to the other team. So we're talking almost 100 passes from our quarterback. Never touched, in pass plays. Never touched the receiver's hands. Never even left the quarterback hands. And if they did, it was to the other team. So that takes away a lot of production from your receivers. You know what I mean? So Guys like Jack
But
Bish,
if
I don't think.
you look at it. I'm gonna break it down to you. The shortest receiver on our team is 5'8", and that's Tucker.
Yeah.
How many catches? I think he had more catches and touchdowns than all the other receivers combined.
Yep.
He's the shortest one. He's 5'8". Because he's gonna be in Bakersfield. I get a chance to actually look Tucker eye to eye.
The only NFL player you feel safe around.
I got to do like this. But anyway,
I can talk shit to this dude.
He's like I'm gonna go down the list. Here you go. I'm gonna get their heights. Everybody should know it. So Jack Best is 6'1", Malik Benson 6'1", Philip Dorsett, he's still there, 5'10", Sharik Jackson 6'1", Neighbors 6 feet, Brendan Rice 6'3", Shorter 6'4", Dante 6'5", and Derek Young 6'2". So they got big receivers. So I don't think we need to draft a big receiver. We need to draft a one who can make catches and run routes.
Yeah, we just need possession guys and guys that can get open.
Yeah, it fits this system. Like what we're gonna run.
Because doesn't that feel like what San Diego, LA, and what's we call it? KC always do it, just pick us apart with those possession. You know what I mean? Just 5 yards here, 7 yards here. You know what I'm saying? Just dinking. You know what I mean? Just making it happen.
People want to win with flash. People just want to win with flash. They want. I mean, yeah, everybody loves the big play, so you can jump up and scream, and yeah. You're on the highlight reel. I get it, but I'm in the winning, bro. I'm in the winning. I don't care if you run the ball, 500 times for 300 yards a game or 112 yards a game, and you pass for 69 yards, and we win 10-3. I don't care. I just want to win. I'm tired of losing. So I don't care if it's flashy. I don't care if it's the big guy. I mean, we got enough flash with Brock Bowers and Trey Tucker. And come on. And Jack Best is going to eat this year. Jalen Naylor's going to eat. We're forgetting about Derek Young, right? Another guy that's got speed that can be, that possession guy.
You see that guy? That dude is yoked, dude. So he's strong. I think he'll be more special teams, but he can get out there on the field. He can catch the ball.
And we have something that we haven't had in the last 3 years. We got a head coach that's an offensive mind. The last 3 years, we've had 2 head coaches, 2 offensive coordinators every season. Every season, we had 2 different offensive coordinators. You expect these wide receivers to just come out and be like, okay, yeah, I was drafted, in the 3rd round, and I'm the best receiver in the league with Geno Smith throwing me the ball, Gardner Minshew throwing me the ball, and two different systems I have to figure out in a year. Like the expectations for fans are just
actually it was more
they're just blown away for me. Like, come on, give these dudes a chance to develop. Give them a real quarterback, a decent offensive line with a run game, right? I mean, even Aiden O'Connell was 6-1 when the Raiders rushed for over 100 yards in the game, and he should be 7-0, right? So you give them a quarterback a rushing game. You give them an offensive system that's already there, that knows how to win, that just won a Super Bowl. And you give these guys a chance. And I think we got enough dogs on this team that are going to show that, man, they don't want to go nowhere. Right? They like it in the building. They like it in Vegas, bro. Vegas is a nice place to be, right? Especially
they knew what they were doing when the first day of free agency. They knew what they needed. They needed a center, a true, honest, good center, and that's what they got. So they saw that we didn't have a center. We had that failed experience with Meredith, with Brendan Carroll and those BS guys. But anyway, that's in the past. We ain't got to deal with that no more. Right. So we got the guys there. We got the running back. I mean, you think about it. Genty then ran for 1,000 yards with the worst blocker in the league. Can you imagine if he had blocking? Right. I remember people, we drafted Genty, everybody said, yeah, Genty gets 1,600 yards and that stuff. I can care less to get 1,600 yards. I want to have like 10, 12 touchdowns. That's what I want. I don't care about the yards. Yards don't win you games. Touchdowns do. I mean, you can run for 1,600, 1,700 yards, and your team still the whole year, and you guys are still 5-12. That doesn't translate. But this year, he'll probably get more yards. He probably got less carries though, because he's going to substitute in and out. Because one thing about Kubiak, he likes that 2 running back system, not just one guy, 2. And with this, that will save on Genty getting hit so much and wearing him out, so he can last a little bit longer in the league.
Right, with Mike Washington, you got that 1-2 turbo punch, man. That's a big steal to get Mike Washington in the 4th round. That he was In my grade, he was the second or third best running back in this league. I think he was better than Jadarian Rice just because Price, because the dude was a backup, right? We don't know, if he could carry the load on the team. Could he be that guy if he didn't have, teams going, okay, well, we don't have Jordan Love in here, right? Let's step back a little bit, right? Or not Jordan Love. We don't have
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. I don't know why I said Jordan Love, but yeah, we don't have Jeremiah Love in here. Let's step back a little bit. We could actually catch our breath, right? And then he comes in and does the same thing. So I'm not saying he's not a good running back or won't translate to the NFL, but Mike Washington, man, with those long steps and that size, 6'2", 4'3", 40, got them long legs. He runs high, and he can get low and run guys over. I've seen him run through the tackles at, way lower than he should be at 6'2". You know what I mean? So
me and Jason had him in our mock drafts a couple of times. I picked him, he picked him. Like, but we had 2 separate mock drafts. I picked him.
I did 10 mock drafts over the off season, and I had him in 7.
yeah, me too. I did 2 on with him, and then I did my own. I had him in each one of them.
Yeah, because he was there in the 4th round over and over again. Yeah, then he kind of moved up to the 3rd round, and I was like, man, I'll take him. I'll take him in the 3rd. There are some things where he kind of crept up into the 2nd, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I take him, there with all the needs we have, but falling to 4th and the needs that we picked up in front of that, I mean, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah. It was either him or Emmett Johnson. Like if Mike wasn't there, then I took Emmett Johnson.
See, I was cool with him. I was cool with him. I was like, man, if we could just get that man, right? He's a possession guy. He can get short yardage. He's low center gravity, good contact balance. He can catch. He can block. Like he did everything for Indiana. He he might not have been the high profile like Black and get all the touches, but I mean, dude, Roman Hemby was the guy, and I was like, dude, if we could just get him to help out Ashton Jenkins.
He still got damn near 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, just bring him in to take the load off of Genty in the short yardage situation, because I think that's where Genty struggled the most, right? On 1st and 2nd downs, I thought he was okay, but on those third downs and short, bro, he was just getting ate up on those 3rd and short yardages because they know what's coming.
Yeah,
he's hitting the backfield every time. But now we got a fullback in Hayward that is a pretty much an offensive lineman out there in a smaller body that can block, that loves to put guys on their back and and move guys out of the way. He's just a mover. So yeah, it's going to be so much different this year, man. I don't think there's enough footballs to go around for a true X receiver, to catch the ball.
But
to
you
get
think
10,
about
12
it,
targets.
Everybody want that receiver, the X receiver. I mean, the way they're going to play, they're going to put different guys in different situations. So it's not going to be just the same 2 receivers all the time. They're going to be
right. I hear that.
They're gonna have certain guys in certain situations. So you might see Tucker out there with somebody like who's the guy? Malik Benson on this play. But then they might switch out and you might see Thornton there with Jack Besh. So you just never know. And so what that does to the defense, they're gonna be confused. Like, what are they running? We don't know.
And I don't know how much they ran, trips or stack packages.
Yeah.
3 stacks or 3 triple bunch or whatever you want to call it, bunch or stack. But we ran, 3 wide. It seemed like every single play last year we had 3 receivers on one side, and Jack Besh or Brock Bowers as playing that true X guy. And I don't know how much they'll do that in Kubiak's system. I didn't really watch it enough or pay attention to how much they're in.
Kubiak ran a lot. He ran a lot of 12s a lot of times.
Yeah, so it was a lot of jumbo packages and lining Jay Jackson Smith and Jigba, lining him up in the backfield, catching passes, and there was all kinds of trick stuff.
I know his offense is gonna look a whole lot different now.
And that's why I'm saying, man, just let these receivers give it a chance, right? I mean, they came out and said it's a full rebuild, right? That took the pressure off of all the coaches, off of everybody, because they admitted, hey, we need help, right? We need to do something different than what we've been doing. and they did that, right? They let guys go. They had a a pretty solid free agency, I thought. So they're making the right moves, and I just feel like they just continue to build on what they're doing, man. And this, the sky's the limit. You finally got a coach now. You got Robbie Leonard, who I think is going to surprise a lot of people on defense. With the schemes that he's been around, and as long as he's been in the league, I'm looking for a whole bunch of stunts, especially with a guy like Crawford now. I mean, dude, the sky's the limit for this defense and offense right now.
Well, he came out and said it that he told Quebec what defense he want to run. He said, I want to run a 3-4. And they said, okay, I like that idea. And so he told Kubiak and Spytek, this is what I need. I want to run 3-4. I need some linebackers with speed, side to side, and can tackle. I need some cornerbacks. And guess what happened? They signed two linebackers that played in college together, and they drafted 2 backfield DBs that played in college together.
Yes, sir. So
we drafted more cornerbacks in this draft than I've ever seen Bears ever do.
Yeah, we drafted for need. That, people can be mad about the draft all they want, but the fact of the matter is we got 2 damn good corners in this draft. We got 2 damn good safeties in this draft, and then we, not even mentioning the UDFAs that guys like Xavier Sorry from Arkansas, who also played with those 2 linebackers you just mentioned in Georgia, back in the day. So they have a connection there as well. So now you got 3 linebackers if Sorry makes the team as a UDFA, and then in the backfield depth, you finally got 2 guys, like you said, play together. They're best friends. They feed off each other. They know each other's style, right? They know, like, oh shit, he's beat. I need to get over there and help my guy. They know each other. They played each other for a while, and being best friends. When you have that on a team, like that,
they're still good friends. They know each other's tendencies. Like, I know what he's gonna do. This situation happen. I know, Zach, I got your back, and you got my back.
Yeah,
it's no guessing game.
Yeah, and there's no worry. Like you don't have to be like, damn, if I'm out of position, we're gonna get cooked. No, your boy's got you, and he's got his spot. You got yours. Do your 111, and I think when the confidence starts building up, and they see, okay, we can trust these guys back here, right? We could trust these guys back here. Then that makes the defense, front better. That makes the linebackers better. The safeties, corner makes everybody better. Now you can start blitzing, right? Some of these corners, sending some guys in, running stunts, and just have people guessing all the time. And Robbie Leonard said, there'll probably be a lot of 4-2-5, which that's what we ran with Patrick Graham pretty much, right? So
I think you're gonna stay closely to Patrick Graham's system, because it wasn't on Patrick Graham's system before Pete Carroll got there. Pete Carroll dismantled that system. So I think we're gonna go back to some of what Patrick Graham did. Plus, he's gonna add his little touch in there with that 3-4. I'm gonna talk about this guy Matt Lauter. You might heard of him.
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't watch too much tape on him.
Tight end?
The tight end, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get on offensive day. Well, let's see what he's all about. Sometimes I can pull these guys over. Here you go.
You said Tanner?
Yeah, Matt Lauter.
Matt Lauter.
From Boise State. He's a tight end.
I don't know if he was there with Ashton Genty or not. Maybe,
Yeah, he was. He was there.
Okay, so that's probably an Ashton Genty saying, "Hey, I know this dude that could block, or that's damn good at catching the ball or whatever." Trying to get his boy a push. So
he was there with Jenny. So you want to bring up his record? I'll bring it up.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be hard for any tight end to kind of make this room. They still like that Albert OK dude, whatever. I can't say his last name.
I'll call him OK too. I don't know his last name.
Yeah, Albert OK. So I just call him that. And then one of my favorite tight ends in this group is Carter Runyon, man. When he was out there last year, he showed me he could block. He's physical. He was cussing at people, bro. He's getting in scuffles. He's got that dog in him, so that's a tight end we need. He's his RAS scores were off the charts, I believe.
I know Jason will like this guy. You know why?
Up there in the nines.
He's not smiling.
Exactly. Jason don't like players that smile. He's not smiling. Like, he's just woke up like, take my picture, huh?
I want us to get back to the old school Raiders, you know, the ones with
Yeah,
no
right?
teeth.
Yeah. You don't need to be smiling, boy. You had that mad dog.
Yeah.
don't know that cheese. Just take a picture like a pro mugshot.
Come here.
Yeah, so hey, yeah, he played with Genty, 22 to 25. Yeah, he's with Genty. So yeah, made GGA put a word in for him. He's UDFA.
Yeah, so I feel that's what that was. You know, they probably scouted him a little bit, or GNT was like, "Hey, man, give this dude a chance."
Yeah, so he played he's at Boise State. You know, they did pretty good on offense. See what he had. He had last year, didn't do too well last year, but let's see, how many touchdowns? He didn't catch no touchdowns. Oh, I'm disappointed.
Oh, that's why he probably just a blocking dude or something. Then.
Oh no, he did. He had 7 touchdowns. Excuse me.
Oh,
I'm thinking the wrong thing. Yeah, he had 7 touchdowns year before last. Last year only had 2. But yeah, probably just a blocking tight end, like you said. And that's what they need. Because Brock Bowers not going to be, he'll block, but he's not going to be the blocking tight end. That's going to be Mike Mayer. And then who else is going to be out there? That's going to be the blocking tight end on rundowns.
yeah, I think Carter Running pretty decent at blocking. I think that's mostly when he was out there. I think blocking, but they did throw him the ball a couple times, and he can catch. So I like Carter Running to make the squad, but they probably need one more. Just for the practice squad, at least 4. So if they keep OK, that Albert OK dude, I don't know, but we'll see, man. If he makes the roster, that'd be nice, or at least the practice squad.
Yeah,
hoping
I just didn't.
This guy probably will be a practice squad guy. If you look at his tangibles, it's like say he can catch how many balls. 2024 he caught some balls. Last year he didn't do as well, but still, all in all, he came from a place where Genty ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
So that's telling you something.
Yeah, yeah. And he was, so he'd been there for a while. He was there when Taylor Green was there as a quarterback.
Who took Taylor Green?
He went to Cleveland. He's about to take Shador Sanders' job.
Oh, did Cleveland get him too?
Yeah, that's right. Cleveland did get Taylor Green.
They snagged on my boy T Green. Yep.
How many quarterbacks do they need?
6.
They're smart, man. You just keep bringing them in until you find one that hits.
Exactly.
And if they thought Shador was it, they wouldn't have brought in Taylor Green because he is way more athletic. He will not take 85 sacks in a season.
Oh, he'll take off run in a minute.
If you could just get if he could get a little bit of that Shador's accuracy and decision making to rub off on him, yeah, that's going to be a competition there.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's a practice. Yeah, he probably practice squad and special teams. Yeah, that's who this guy's going to be. I agree with you.
Yeah,
they could already sign a contract, so he's on the team right now, officially on the team.
Yeah, but that's just a small. Yeah, they ain't nothing big.
Hey, I'll take $100,000 right quick. What are you talking about?
Right? I mean, shit, I would too. I at 51, I go in there and play on the practice squad. Line me up. What spot you need me at?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll sit on the bench, coach. What this whole split for? How much you pay me? $250,000.
I'll get out there and beat a dummy. You could hit me. I go out there and play D line. I go out there and play line. Whatever you need.
I'll get out there and
let these guys run over me as linebacker. Get a little confidence. Whatever you need.
Coach, coach? You want a cup of coffee? I'll get you one. What kind? You want a latte? $250,000 a year? Yeah, I'll get you a latte.
Just get me in the game, coach.
Yeah, I'll do some special teams. Shit.
Right? Shit.
I don't know.
Special teams is too much running. That's too much running. You got to run too far and chase people. I ain't trying to do that. I want to be on the D line where I just got to go short, or linebacker where I just got to wait.
You know what would be funny if they made Taylor.
I played safety and running back, but those days are those were long many moons ago.
You know, it'd be funny if Cleveland try to make Taylor Green into a receiver.
I ain't running shit unless you're chasing me.
You guys hear what I said? It'll be funny.
Taylor Green into a wide receiver?
Yeah, they make Cleveland make Taylor Green into a wide receiver.
I don't think he'll go for it. I think he'd rather play in the UFL, to be honest with you. I just,
they did that with Terrell
just the kid's character, his interviews. He believes he's a quarterback and he ain't changing his mind. He believes he can do it. So if he gets his opportunity, hopefully he can.
Like Diego Pavia said, "Oh, I'm coming to the NFL. I'm gonna start right away." That's what he said. I'm gonna start right away.
If he was 2 inches bigger, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Because watching him at Vanderbilt, I was surprised. I was like, I love Diego Pavia. You know, if he was just a little bit bigger, he's got that dog you need as a quarterback, right? He's got that attitude, the small man's complex, whatever you want to call it, where
You do.
you know he thinks he's got to be, you know, just a little bit tougher and badder than everybody else, so he don't get walked on. And you know, I feel that, and I like that chip on your shoulder. But then when I seen him on Gruden, man, when he was on Barstool Gruden, I don't know if you watched that, but
I did. That's what I saw them on. Yeah.
yeah, man. When he came up there and started drawing plays and was recalling plays that, you know, Gruden was showing, because I watched every quarterback that he's had on there for the last 2 years. That's why, you know, and some of those dudes, Tyler Shuck was on there. I was like, Tyler Shuck's going to be one of them ones when somebody drafts him, just
I
because
said the same thing.
because
I
his
said,
intelligence, man. And I said, you know, I said the same thing about Dylan Gabriel. Like, I was like, man, the intelligence, the recollection, right? The recollection to be able to recall plays that happened at the beginning of the season 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, that's a damn good memory. So just the way they were, you know, to go up on the whiteboard, and then recall, because when you have Gruden saying changing everything about your snap count, right? He changes your cadence. You know, he's giving you you know, Freddie, you know, and you got to remember, you know, that. And then you got to remember, you know, Lava and Rock, right? Rock is run to the right, Lava is run to the left, you know, and I can't even believe I remember all this shit. But, you know, he's giving you all these things that you got to remember how to change the play, right? Wanda, Rondo means we're running the ball. And he does all that within an hour. And then they go out there and they perform on the field. And these dudes, like, he just Pavia impressed me the most out of all those quarterbacks. That, you know, even the guy that was taking 13 to the Rams, right? Pavia was way more impressive to me. His intelligence, to be able to change the plays, to remember what Gruden said, right? You know, using the calls Einstein, and, you know, chocolate, vanilla, right? Using all these plays, changing it to the left and right. I thought Pavia did one of the best jobs. So yeah, the Ravens, man, you know, if they sign that kid, as soon as I said, as soon as, you know, yesterday, I was like, oh, the Ravens are giving him a shot. He ain't leaving the building. And sure enough, they signed him. They're like, you know, so they're going to keep him in the building, I believe. So, man, this kid, if he was just, you know, if you could get some shoes, but so, you know, some two inch shoes, but there's been small quarterbacks that have made it in the NFL. I just think those days, you know, are few and far between. But
I got him right here. I got him right here. Sawyer Robinson, a guy from Baylor. They signed the UDFA.
Yeah, he did well on the Gruden show too, man. I was impressed by him and his arm, his accuracy. Right at the end of the show, they give you like a little basket, a little net, like 40 yards downfield, and he hit 2 out of the 3. Right, there wasn't too many guys that hit 3 out of 3. I think Diego Pavia hit 3 out of 3, and all 3 in the little squares too.
Yeah, only thing about Pavia is, man, and not that he's short. It is that some of his attitude is kind of like rub people the wrong way. Other than that, you know, he's a dog. He's the dog in a fight. So that's one thing I give him credit for. But it's the words he said and things he do.
Yeah, the dumb shit.
Don't sit with a lot of teams. So I can see that. You know, especially he could not come to Raiders, not because of his height, because of his attitude. Because we know what happened in Ruggs, and he was out there partying and drinking before he got drafted. Can you imagine he come to Vegas?
Yeah. I don't think Vegas is the right spot for him, but somebody's going to sign him and have him as a backup. You know, he's going to be that dude that you can move the pocket, right? If you can move the pocket and open passing lanes for him, man, he'll pick teams apart.
Yeah, but this guy here, actually, I heard about him. I saw him a couple of games. I guess they played. Who they played? Baylor played TCU. It was TCU. He didn't do bad in that game. So I mean, look at his stats. Last year's stats: 31 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and they don't have a team like they used to. Baylor, not like they used to back in the day. So other than that, you know, good practice squad guy.
Yeah, you need one of those.
Yeah,
you need somebody to go on, you know, and get better, right? But you know, face against the ones. But I don't know. The NFL, to me, I feel like your practice squad guy should, you know, practice quarterback should be your second string quarterback, because you're not making your defense better by having your 4th string quarterback play against your number one defense. You know, yeah, but how's that making your defense better? They're like, man, I already know everything this kid's gonna do because he's not ready, right?
But you think about it. So you got your starting quarterback, and you got your backup quarterback, right? They on the field. They're on the roster to play. And then the third quarterback is going to be on the field too as well as an emergency quarterback. Now, if all three go down, then you got to get that practice squad to come up. But they can't come in the game. I don't think so. I don't know any rules to that. So that's why I have a good practice squad guy to go against the ones, so we get that feel of the game.
Yeah, but teams don't ever get play no practice squad. You don't hardly ever hear a practice squad guy getting pulled up on a quarterback.
No, you don't.
They're going to get somebody in free agency. So
if your team goes down three quarterbacks in one game, you're screwed for the season.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Fernando should be that practice squad guy, right? If he's not,
they can't put him on practice squad.
I mean, you can't. You can protect so many people in the first overall pick. You might could, but I'm just saying, like, you could have him on the roster, right? Not on the practice squad. He could be on the 53-man roster,
okay.
and still be that practice squad quarterback. You know,
I got you.
That's playing against the ones, right? I think that should be his spot, because if he's not ready and you want him to learn and be that guy, what better way to learn than you're playing the practice squad guy? So you're being the quarterback of every team you go against, right?
I got you now.
Yeah, you're learning.
You're gonna draft a quarterback, put him on a practice squad? That's stupid. But
you can't put. But he's on the roster. He's your number 2 or number 3 quarterback. But in practice, you don't have your 4th-string quarterback or a practice squad quarterback. You got Fernando or Aiden out there. That's a guy that can definitely try to push the number 1 defense, right? Make them better as well, and then learn the system, learn the NFL. You're learning different people's offenses, right? Because if you're that practice squad quarterback, you're playing that quarterback role for the team you're facing every week. So I think that would be smart as hell, right? You can't hit the quarterback, so you ain't got to worry about him getting hit. But you're going out there, you're throwing, right? You're throwing to the twos. And you're learning, the NFL system. If I'm an NFL,
I think he should throw against the ones. I think he should get a preseason with the ones. That's what I'm thinking, Fernando. Now, when preseason starts, you're going to usually start with their first string for a couple of quarters, a couple of plays or a couple of runs, and that's it. I think Fernando should get in there at least one time with the ones, at least.
Oh yeah, he'll get that. He'll get a chance to prove
because
Kirk
Cousins don't need he need preseason just to get used to his fellas.
Yeah,
real game actually, but he need Fernando to play with the ones, so he get a feel for the ones. Because you play with the twos, you're not gonna see the whole. You might see 1-2 guys from the twos playing on the field with you, but you won't see the whole team.
Yeah,
twos and threes,
and so that's the problem with most backups.
Yeah, they'll play the ones.
Yeah, but I'm saying during the season. I'm saying if he's not the starter to start the season, right? I mean, after preseason, if he's not the guy and Kirk Cousins the guy, then I'm saying during the season, I would want him to be that that other team's quarterback during practice to learn, right? Because your quarterback's going to be doing his job, but you got to have that that practice guy for the number 1 defense. You're going up against the Raiders number 1. As the practice squad quarterback. I think that just makes all the sense in the world to develop.
But see what happened to Cam Miller last year in preseason when he was there with the twos. He looked great because he practiced with the twos.
Yeah,
he looked good. But then when he started with the ones, he couldn't complete a pass, couldn't do anything because he's not used to the ones. He's used to the twos. You know what they do. You know how their patterns run. You know how they block. But with the ones, he had no idea what was going on.
Yep.
And he looked bad.
That was Aiden's problem too. When, coming into the campus, he's like, man, I'm used to at least practicing with the ones all through, throughout my career, except for the rookie year. I've been that number 1 or number 2 quarterback bouncing forth. So we're splitting reps. And then last year, he's out there running with guys like Carter, like Will Putnam as the center, right? And then you got Lackey Tassie as your guard, and you got, you know what I mean? And you got and Antonio Maffei as your other guard, and then you're rocking with Dalton Wagner and and Stone Forsythe as your offensive line. Yeah, and you expect these guys to get better against the number 1 defense. It's you're setting them up for failure, and I think the NFL does that to too many teams. So
hey, Jason, I thought you liked this guy.
Which one?
This guy right here, Sawyer
Robinson.
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me with him is every year his interceptions went up. So you know, what I mean, it's kind of
plus he's smiling too.
Yeah, that's too much smiling, man. You ain't doing nothing.
His interception went up.
Get that virtual reality headset on and speed up the game like they're doing now for all these quarterbacks. And
remember he played with Baylor. Baylor wasn't that you know, like they used to be back in the day. But practice squad guy, maybe if he makes the team. Let me find somebody else. Somebody said something about Missouri. We did pick somebody from Missouri State. I think of Missouri State.
Yeah, Missouri State. The hell's his name? Colt something.
Let's see.
I won't say Colt for some reason.
What was the name again?
Jacob something, wasn't it?
Gotta get my dog very quick. Won't stop barking. I can't find him. Why is he not here?
I can't look it up because my phone's.
No, I'll get him.
Jacob something, I thought.
Tokyo Toe.
Tokyo Toto. You know he's not even from Tokyo. Somebody was telling me.
Thank you, I am.
He's from Japan, but he's not from Tokyo.
Yeah, somebody. Why you call him Tokyo Toe? He's not even from Tokyo.
Yes, I guess the name stuck. Somebody called him that.
they just insinuated he was from Tokyo because he's Japanese. That's messed up.
Yeah, stereotype, man. Stereotype, you know.
Jacob Clark. Chris. Yeah, it was Jacob Clark.
Yeah, I just found him.
Oh, Clark. That's
it. Hell, nah. This guy's not gonna make the team.
6'5", 225.
Yeah, but he's smiling.
Yeah.
He's smiling ear to ear.
That's that Minnesota smile too.
Yeah, you gotta bring your quarterbacks to when you have 14 or 15 wide receivers on the roster and 4 or 5 tight ends, you gotta have 4 or 5 quarterbacks to run the drills you need to run.
Right. These guys played Minnesota. He played 1 game, 1 completion, 1 attempt. So when we looked at Minnesota, he was 100% for 39 yards. There you go. So he had a great career at Minnesota. In 2019, how old is this guy?
In 2019, he was in college?
That's what it says. You see it?
Holy shnikes.
No, that can't be right.
I mean, I guess you could have a 6-year college career now. So, yeah. I mean.
No, you don't play. Well, no, he's on a team for 1 year. Then he went to Missouri in 2025. How old is this dude? Wait a minute. Oh, he's going to be on the field quarterback coach probably. I don't say how old he is.
He gonna be like a Davis Webb type dude.
Right. Anyway, well, that's what that says. 2019. See, that'll make him right now. That'll make him 27 years old.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's a couple of UDFAs I think that are gonna push some guys because I'm looking at the roster and like I said, our wide receivers are okay, but you got guys like I always call him the wrong name, but one of the Dorsets. Anthony Dorsett, not Anthony, not Tony, the other one. The other one. Philip Dorsett. I always get his name wrong. We got Philip Dorsett. Yeah, I don't think he sticks around. I just don't see a need for him really. Like, maybe as a veteran role kind of.
He's fast, but we got no speed already. And he made a couple of good catches last year, but he really, I didn't see no separation when he was running. I mean, he's fast. One thing about fast, he can run fast, straight down, straight line.
Yeah, there's straight line speed and side to side speed.
Yeah, get that separation from the cornerback. You know, you got to make cuts. I didn't see him do all that. I seen him just run straight fast. I mean, that's fine, all if you want to play in the Al Davis era where you're gonna bomb away. But
Yeah, those days I think are done, man.
all
Teams
this
are starting to figure out. Well, the defenses are changing so much, right? You have defenses now that you're not. It's not a passing league so much. I think a lot of these teams are starting to take away that deep ball, right? You can run cover, too high, and you got two high safeties that are both free safeties that run in 4-4s, 4-3s. It makes it hard, and then you got a lot of these corners are a lot of these teams are drafting corners that run 4-3s. So you
and
can
that
keep up
and
with these
that's
fast receivers, and you can play man, and then you
and
got
that's the case.
linebackers.
And that's the
that are-
case because back in the day, all the safeties and stuff were big, strong,
Yeah.
powerful. They
Yeah.
didn't have to cover anybody. They just hit you. They just hit you.
Yeah, they were thumpers. They had the safeties were strong safeties. They didn't have a free safety. There was no
No,
dude
they
that
wasn't
was
no guys.
that
They
was
got
quick
sitting around
that could cover, that could come up and play in the box. As a slot guy. They had their nickels, they had their outside boundary guys and field guys, and yeah, it was just a totally different era. So I feel that a lot.
Yeah, so the defense changed, the times changed. Well, quarterback does evolve. Football evolves each year by year. So, remember, because I remember one time they said, the running back is out. It's a passing league now. Oh, yeah, until Saquon Barkley ran for all those yards and everything else. Oh, now we need running backs. So it changes every year to what works for a certain team.
Yep. And then look what Bijan Robinson did last year.
Yeah.
He had what 2,300 yards from scrimmage.
Yep. You see, running backs usually just run the ball, but now they have to be able to catch the ball too.
Well, yeah. Now that everything's evolving in the sport, right? Your running backs can catch, they can block. They're 3 down guys. You don't need 3-4 running backs. There's still teams that like to have 2-3 running backs so they can keep their other running back fresh. But now these guys, man, there's just so many guys that are 3 down backs. I mean, you got running backs that can run punt returns, kick returns, catch out of the backfield, block. Throw the ball, if you need to on some trick plays. I mean, these dudes do it all, and they got crazy speed, crazy contact balance, and they just seem to get better and better and better and better.
Yeah, the league evolved. So now, like I said, now it's back to we need a running game.
Yeah, now you've got to have one.
Now we need. But before it was all just passing because running backs were getting paid no money. They wasn't really drafting running backs until Barkley did that thing. Like, wow, we need running backs. And that last year, that running back class went through. So, it's going to change again eventually.
Oh yeah, it always flip flops. And running backs, you can never. I think they undervalue running backs for way too long in this league. And I mean, you could still, you could look at last year's draft and be like, oh, but look at all the talent they got late in the draft. Yeah, but if you keep those guys around for 3 years when they're, their rookie contracts get up and they turn out to be great guys, how much you gonna have to pay them? Just as much as you would, you're gonna pay them just as much as you would a dude you drafted in the first round if they have the same production, right? So,
right,
yeah.
So we have 5 tight ends right now on the roster, as to speak. You got Ian Thomas, Runyon, Meyer, and Bowers.
I think
I don't know how many they're gonna keep.
I'd say 4 and maybe 1 for the practice squad.
Do we trade Mayer
this season?
If we get good price for him.
I don't. I feel like that's another thing where Clint Kubiak wants to see what he's got, right? See how we could use Mayer. Can he be that blocking guy to help? In 12 personnel and have a fullback out there. Could you imagine being in 12 personnel and having a fullback with Ashton Genty? I mean, come on. We're gonna run all over teams and Mike Washington and Roman Henby like in short yardage. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I feel like and the way that tight ends have been being there wasn't I guess a lot drafted real high in this draft, but I think they slept on a lot of them. A lot of them are going to be surprise guys when they get on the field, right? Like that dude over there with the Cardinals. I don't know why I always forget his name. Yeah, and the cat for Green Bay. Like these tight ends are just getting bigger and faster. and could do it all as well. So I don't know how much of a trade value market there would be for a guy picked second round that hasn't really showed anything, right, for Michael Mayer. So if you're going to trade him, you have to at least give him this year and at least bump up his stats, right?
But you got to look at tight ends now, because it's coming on college and tight ends that they're drafting. They're oversized receivers. They're basically oversized receivers. They're not a true sense of a real tight end. They're just big giant receivers made a tight end. So they're more or less receivers now.
Yeah, like Sadiq running a 4.3 40. That's just freakish for that.
He's more just a giant ass receiver. That's what he is.
That's freak, and that's what we have with Justin Shorter. We brought him in, we put him at the tight end spot. We put him at the wide receiver spot. Then now he's back at the wide receiver spot. He's another big 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" dude that could play tight end because of his speed. So yeah, the Raiders have a lot of sneaky weapons that I feel like people
he's 6'4", 227 pounds. That's pretty big for a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's huge for a while. That's why they moved him to tight end, but then he just can't block.
So, he's not a good blocker at that level.
He's not a good blocker at all, right? I seen a couple of people on X be
look.
like, "Oh, thank God we got Justin Shorter back. At least we got a blocking tight end." I was like, "Wait, what?" How many times I seen that dude? I seen him on his back more than any Raider last year. I think it was more than twice. He was, literally picked up off his feet.
When they edges him on that line right there, they go like, "Oh yeah, I got a sack coming down."
Right? I got me a duck. Got me a duck.
Yeah, exactly. And Derek Young ain't a small guy either. He's like 6'2", 224.
Right.
So they got some big. They got some big receivers. So no more of the like I called a couple years ago the lollipop guild. All receivers like 5'10" and shorter.
And so I don't know what his. I'm not sure what his speed is, but I mean that's a big body.
he's a kickoff punt return specialist.
Oh, so he's got plenty of speed then.
Well, he got speed. I don't know what they
just got to work on that route running and blocking.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, so I'm looking at this list I finally pulled up of wide receivers in the NFL right now that are top guys that are 6 foot or under. Armand St. Brown, 5'11", right? The Lions, elite route runner, one of the top tier target volumes in the NFL. Zay Flowers, 5'9", right?
5'9".
Elite playmaker. Jalen Waddle, 5'10". Wande Robinson, 5'8". Stefan Diggs, 6 foot. Devontae Smith, 6 foot. Khalil Shakir, 6 foot. Tank Bell, 5'8". Ladd McConkey, 6 foot. I mean, the Panthers, Deontay Johnson, 5'10". Kadarius, I'm not even saying his name. Rondell Moore, 5'7", right? Brandon Ayuk, 6 foot. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 6 foot. Like those are some of the top dudes in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Rebel, you saying I had a chance this whole time?
Yeah. You could have been there. See, you underestimated yourself. You should.
Yeah, I told you to go out there and try out. You be a walk on.
Put in that work.
Man,
Those you go walk on.
Get some of them Devontae Adams YouTube videos and just learn that route running.
I have a Taco Bell in my house too.
Give me that shimmy shake. You can have a Taco Bell in your house and my house. Because I'm the one coaching you now. Don't say it.
Yeah, mine too. Shoot, well, you had it. I told you to go out there. I told you I'll pick you up. We go out there.
Yeah, shit, we can go. Yeah, anytime you can fly out here, bro. Yeah,
I'll come out. Definitely, if we get the worst record in the NFL, I'll be out there next year. Walk on.
Right.
Well, you know what?
We're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna hold you to that.
If you break down the offense, man, I think we're okay. I'm not saying we're gonna average 30-something points a game, but I know we're gonna get some touchdowns.
Yeah, that's where we scored 8.
Can you look up something for me, Chris?
What's that?
What was at the beginning of the season? Where was Seattle's offensive? Where was Seattle's wide receiver group ranked? And on their big groups or whatever they do, right? They break down every team's group, position group, quarterback, wide receivers.
All right, look it up.
You said they didn't have a bunch of big name receivers, right? And we don't either. But they made it to the Super Bowl, and they have one.
Yeah, but they lost DK Metcalf.
Yeah, they lost Tyler Lockett, and they moved Jackson Smith over to be that so-called X receiver, but he pretty much played all over the damn field. So he wasn't that true X that just, lined up at the X no matter what.
It says they were around 12 to 16.
Okay, so I mean that's the middle of the pack, but that's what Jackson, with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I mean that's not too bad, and I think our receiving core, when they rank it, we're probably going to be 29th, 30th, just because they're looking at it and going, what did Jack Best do? Well, he didn't get on the grass for one, but when he did, he had good production, right? And then you're looking at the rest of the receivers, Trey Tucker. So we'll probably be ranked pretty shitty like that. But I want to go out on a limb right now and say I wouldn't be surprised if we're at least top 20 or better, by mid-season, no matter who the quarterback is.
See, they're going to receivers right there. Only person I know was Cooper Kupp. That's it. No, Jack Nigba or Jackson Smith, Troy Hunter, Jake Bobo, Ricky White, and these are not household names. The only person that's recognizable is Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, and in JSN, I think a lot of people knew he was going to be that dude just because of the season he had the year before with DK there, but.
Yeah, he wasn't that. He wasn't, he was there, but he wasn't like he did last year.
So I can't believe they're. I'm sure that ranking had to do with Clint Kubiak's offense being the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if our wide receiver rankings aren't going to be higher because we have Clint Kubiak in the building.
And then we got Rashid. They have Rashid Shaheed. He did right.
But they brought him in mid-season though, right? They traded for him during the year.
Yeah, they traded for him. He didn't play the whole season.
And he didn't do, he wasn't doing nothing over there at New Orleans, which is why they traded him. And then he comes to Seattle and he's their number 2 guy, right? He was just supposed to be a punt returner, but he's like, I guess maybe not number 2, but he got a decent amount of targets. So he was way better. He was way better for Seattle than he was for New Orleans. And I think that's a product of Clint Kubiak's system.
And see, look at this guy. Not only had 1,700 yards receiving, look how many TDs he had. 10. And see, that's what I want to see.
Right?
That's what I want to see.
You got 10 touchdowns, but you didn't get a whole lot of targets, a whole lot of yards. I mean,
no, he had 119 receptions, 1,700 yards. So he got a lot of receptions.
Almost
1,800 yards receiving.
Is that his career?
No, that's last year.
Oh, that's JSN last year?
Yeah, that's JSN last year.
Oh, yeah. He had a crazy, insane year.
Yes, let me go look at we want to look at Rashid.
His year was ridiculous. Yeah, what was Rashid's numbers?
Rashid was, but he came in like halfway through the season. Still, no, 687 yards. Yeah, so he really didn't do that much. But like I said, he came late. And he's only 6 feet tall.
Yeah, 6 foot tall and a speedster, right? That's what I'm so. And everybody was saying, "Oh, we're gonna get him in free agency." That was half the nation's number 1 target was Rashid Shaheed, saying that we need an X receiver, but he's just an X receiver that's fast. We already have a bunch of those that aren't proven.
But he wanted $20 million though, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
With one half a good season, because he got traded from New Orleans because he wasn't any good. So he had, or not that good. And he goes to, Seattle and gets better. And then you want 20 mil? I mean, come on.
No.
You didn't have a Jacoby Myers type season, and he was only making 14. Right?
Yeah, so no, dude, no. Get out of here with that. I like, why would you want this guy $20 million for one player? We got to get out that habit of playing $20 million for a player to have one good season. All right, you only had half a good season.
When you got Jalen Naylor, who, the speed is pretty close. It's not up there with that 4.3, but I believe he runs in the 4.4s, right?
Yeah, I think it's 4.5. I mean,
his nickname is Speedy, right? He runs way better routes than Rashid Shaheed. I'll put anything on that. He's a way better route runner, I think.
He runs 4.45. I remember that.
Yeah, and
I
he's
mean,
a
again,
better route runner.
he torched us, so yeah.
He's got just as good, if not, better hands. So I think they could use Jalen Naylor the same way they use, Rashid Shaheed, and then have Trey Tucker playing that JSN role where he's just all over the field and you don't know where he's going. And then you got Brock Bowers, Mike Washington, and Ashton Genty. I mean, that's a nightmare for opposing defenses. That's a lot to worry about.
Yeah. Let me see some right quick. I don't want to see this graph. Let's see. He played for Minnesota last year, right? Let me see what his stats were.
Rashid, he was at Naylor, yeah. I think Naylor had like 400 yards or something on 30 something targets somewhere in there. I want to say, which ain't bad for being the your fourth option or fifth, because I'm sure the tight end was the fourth option.
No, come on. All right, hold on a minute. Was I don't know what like I said. I don't think they're gonna go to that concept of XYZ receivers because the way it's set up, the way Quebec ran his offense, is that Naylor was they look like primary choice because his route running he got open. So that's why he had all the yards, all those catches, and all that stuff.
It was the same thing they did with JSN in Seattle. That's why he's here, I believe. That's why he went and said, look, I could do the same thing with JSN. I mean, with Naylor as I did with JSN. Maybe not, to those numbers, right? Because 1,700 yards is just freakish. That's pretty freakish. But, if you can have half those, bro, that's, you
might as well call it 1,800 yards because that's exactly what Denver got.
Yeah, so, I mean, damn, if you're telling me he gets half of those, Jalen Naylor, making $10 million a season, bro. Come on. I'm taking that all day of the week.
Why is this showing Kyler Murray? I'm trying to find the 2025 stats. It's showing me the 2026. I can't believe they signed Kyler Murray. Oh my god. He might do better because he has some weapons, so he might do better.
And now that you bring up Kyler Murray, I think Diego Pavia has a chance to be a better quarterback than him in the NFL.
Who?
Diego Pavia. I think he could be better than Kyler Murray. If I was Minnesota, I would have brought in Diego Pavia to compete with Tyler Murray, right? Kyler Murray. Go in there and learn from a dude that was, first round pick? Was he first round or at least number one, wasn't he? Kyler Murray?
Yeah, he's the first pick.
Yeah, so shit. But Diego Pavia wasn't even drafted? Come on.
Yeah, that'll be funny if he gets there and go to what's it, Baltimore? Yeah, Baltimore and beats him.
Yeah, that's gonna be hilarious. Because Lamar been having injuries every single season. He misses at least 2-3 games. It seems like.
Oh yeah, easy.
So you get Diego in one of those games and he comes in there and runs that offense. There gonna be some problems in Baltimore, and I love it because I hate Baltimore now.
Everybody's Baltimore now.
It's funny because people are like, now I hate Baltimore. I hate Baltimore. But I've been hating Baltimore since they beat us in the damn AFC Championship game. I don't even know how many years ago, but it was a lot. It was a lot. 2000, what was that, 2001?
Yeah, when the Goose jumped on Gannon.
Yeah.
They didn't call a flag. Like, you gonna throw a flag on that? There been else would have got a flag. Oh my God. There we go. Jalen Naylor. 17 games played. Yeah, he only caught 444. But guess what? He had more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Justin Jefferson had some problems over there with that new quarterback. He didn't like 9. or McCarthy. He didn't like either one. He didn't like either one.
McCarthy?
Yeah, I don't think Justin Jefferson did not like McCarthy at all. They had
No, he didn't.
that's why they went and got Kyler Murray, because he went,
Yeah.
because I mean there was some catches that I watched some games and I was just like, bro, he didn't even try to catch that. he literally did not. He said alligator arms. I'm like, aren't you Justin Jefferson? So, wait, what?
Listen, he was doing the
That's a
Devontae Adams.
touchdown.
Say, I don't want her. You get
That's
me
a
out of here.
touchdown. And he's like, no, I ain't trying to help you get out.
I'm good. I
Yeah,
got
that's
wife.
horrible.
I got family to feed, man. I ain't trying to get up out of here. Yeah, he caught more catches. Look at that. I think he had. Oh no, this guy Oliver had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
This
so
was a pretty bad
Naylor's
year.
gonna be all right, man. I think Naylor's gonna surprise a lot of people.
He won't surprise me because I told you that one year he torched us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And with Jack Best, man, I think this receiving core is a lot better than people is giving it credit. With you know, like I'm saying, with offensive coordinator, head coach that already has this system. He knows what works. He knows how to get guys open. He knows how to create space for guys. And when you got guys that can catch and are fast, it doesn't matter, you know, how big they are. Those small guys, the only reason the small guys don't work is because they're not good at the contested catches, right? Those long corners can just, you know, reach out and swat the ball before it gets to their hands. But if you get them open in space, those short guys are dangerous.
Yeah, I know he was born in AV. He was born in my part of town.
Palmdale.
Yeah,
Come back to me.
Yeah, see, I mean, he's 5'11". So
Yeah, he's probably, his parents probably stay somewhere close to you. You better get him on the show.
Right? Go hit him up.
I got searched the whole area of Palmdale. No, he moved to Nevada.
You gotta be like, cuckoo.
No, they elevated. They moved to Nevada. They elevated anymore because he went to Bishop Gorman, Nevada. So they're not here anymore. And now they probably still in Nevada now since he's in the Raiders. Say, shoot, look at that. Go full circle back home.
That's crazy, yeah.
So what's your all's overall grade on the draft? I gotta hop off here.
Yeah, we're about to get off too. We're not doing a 4-hour show. It's 2 hours now. I usually don't draft. I usually don't get the draft for the picks for what they got and what we needed. I get an A-.
Nice.
Now the overall now I'm still waiting for this year to see last year's draft picks. Then I'm gonna grade the draft in totality. Like those picks we got from last year might have been a B, might be A. To see how they do this year. Because last year they couldn't do shit because of Pete Carroll wanted them to play.
Yeah, they didn't get enough. Nobody had. I don't think anybody had 300 snaps out of that class, but Genty.
Yeah, you know what? They're not ready yet. I can get that in the first 3 games, the first 4 games. But when we're 2-7, we're not going no goddamn where. Might as well put them in.
Yeah, it was horrible, hideous. So
yeah, I gave minus.
I look for that class to break out. Like I gave the draft just a solid A. I thought we got players that, you know, players of need, especially with Stooks at safety at second, a guy that could just play all over the field. Then we got, you know, the sleeper of the draft. If McCoy could actually get on the grass, that's just a thievery pick all day long. Like you get the best corner in the last 2 years at the 4, you know, at 101, only having to move up 1 spot. If he could just be healthy and get on the grass, McCoy is going to be a difference maker for as long as he can stay on the grass. So
I agree.
I loved everything about it. I think, you know, we know how Spytek loves the versatility, right? And all these guys, right? The offensive lineman we got in Trey Zone plays every position on the offensive line. You got, you know, Stokes plays every position on the defensive backfield. You got Dalton Johnson who could do the same thing. You got Hezekiah Massis, which, you know, that Cal Berkeley from the East Bay, right, out there playing with Cal. Yeah, that's that, you know, he got that East Bay mentality. He's one of those physical corners, and you got to be a dog to be out there at Cal Berkeley. So I love the Hezekiah Massis pick. I think he's going to make this team, and he might push some people like DCam to somebody else's team.
I think DCam.
You know,
I think DCam is gone. I think he's not going to make it.
his pass breakups, the ball hawk that he is. We haven't had a ball hawk like that for a long time. So taking him in the 5th round, I think that was a robbery pick as well. The Crawford pick, I love, absolutely love. Right, the dude played, at Arkansas State. Played next, played on the other side of Keldrick Falk, but had better numbers than Keldrick Falk, and he was projected going the 1st round. Right, there's a lot of people saying that dude should have been picked in the 2nd. People are saying we reached on him at 67. There's a lot of people saying that this dude could have went earlier. So I love the Keyron Crawford pick. I think that was a sleeper. I think he's ahead of where Max Crosby was when he was drafted in the 4th round with his tools. Right, he's got more tools in his bag. He's a little bit more physical. He's got the same type motor. Maybe even a little faster when he plays. So the main problem I feel is just the run game. But Max Crosby had the same problem when he came in. So
what's the conference up? Salute. You know what? The thing was when they signed Crawford, everybody was pissed off. Even my boy over here, we had a show about that. Everybody was pissed off. And I said, well, that means somebody's out the door. And I knew it was. But then once they traded Tyree, then everybody said, "Oh, okay, yeah." But you didn't see the writing on the wall when they drafted him. I thought it was a good pick because you can't have too many edge rushers. He's young, and I like his attitude. When he came in the building, he said, "I'm here. I want to learn behind Max Crosby. I want to learn about all the other guys." Yeah, you saw that video, right?
Yep.
He was pumped up. He wanted to be here. He said, "I wanted to be a Raider," and that's what I like about it. The pick.
He said, "I'm coming in to outdo Max Crosby, and if I can't, then playing next to him will be all right for a while." like this dude already got that mentality. He said, "I want to be Max Crosby. I want that image, that profile, that persona in the NFL." And I love that. I love that the kid wants to come in and work. He's going to do what Tyree Wilson should have did. Be the first one there in the morning in the building with Max Crosby, right? Trying to beat Max. I'll be sleeping in Max Crosby's driveway if I had to. Be like, nah, bro.
Make sure.
You take. Yeah, can I sleep in your backyard? If you won't let me in the house, I'll sleep in a tent. Just let me be with you. I want to go everywhere you go.
Those eye trackers, you put the eye tracker in his car on him.
Yeah. I want to eat the same food you do. I want to go to the ice bath when you go. Shit, if you're taking a shit, I'm gonna be in a stall next to you. Shit as well.
I will see how you take that dump because I want to learn how.
Yeah, that's what Tyree should have did, right? Tyree had that opportunity. You see Max out there at practice working with him, and if Max works with Crawford like that, this dude has a great chance of being something special. And then the biggest thing is you don't know what Max Crosby's health is going to be, right? What's his knee like? How long? So to have a guy where Max Crosby can mentor to possibly take his place, if Max ain't good for, the season, or if it, the knee doesn't hold up, or if he ends up balling out and gets traded or whatever happens, you got a guy that has the same kind of motor and character, and that's what you need in the building.
If you say we're going for 13, that's good because we'll get the number 1 pick next year too. So there we go. There we get straight on bunch of it.
Just got that in the bag. They got Geno Smith.
I don't think we could fall. I don't think we could fall into only 4 wins. I really don't. I think we're going to be just a lot better than people think.
I think we are.
I don't know how much better, but if you look at Kubiak and what they said in Spytech, right, they told everybody it was a rebuild for a reason, right? They get everybody to buy in. Hey, don't have no expectations on this team, right? Just like they did with the Patriots. Don't have no expectations, right? It's a rebuild. We got plenty of time. He's going to be here for at least 5 years with Kubiak. Spytech got another, 4 on his contract still, and I'm sure that'll be extended. So we're doing it the right way. We don't want to rush it, but if it happens, the key word, if it happens, we'll be good with that. Come on, man. They know damn well. I'm sure Kubiak got in the building, was like, I don't think this is a full rebuild. Just give me this, and this, and we're ready to go. And I feel like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I'm saying though, if people talking about playoffs, not playoffs, don't get your hopes up too. Like I said, we got bushwaggled 3 times in a row already. So no, I'm not getting my hopes up high, but I am happy that it looks like we're going in the right direction. That's what I'm happy about. That we got some draft picks, we got some good free agents. Did great in free agency. Got an A+ for that. Got A- in the draft. But on the field, we don't know what to expect. But the only thing I expect them to play better and look a lot better than the high school boys that played last year. Because can't get any worse than that for me. I've been a Raider fan too long, man, to see some crap like that. I'm tired of it.
Right. Yeah, I just want to see progress. Whether and when you're 3-15 or whatever the hell we were, like
Yeah, pretty much.
3-14, whatever we ended up. Like when you're that bad,
we lost on our day off, man. That's how bad we were.
It's not hard to have better production or better progress than the year before. But I just feel like this team is going to compete in a lot of games. I would not be surprised if if we don't lose any games by more than 10 points. I'm gonna say that. I'd be surprised if we're not competitive in every game and we're one of those, Derek Carr type years where damn, we won, 8 games, but we lost the other, 7 by a touchdown. You know what I mean?
We were in a lot of games in the very beginning. It's just that towards the end we started losing. Like a few games we had to lead at halftime. Then all of a sudden in the second half we couldn't score a field goal.
3 interceptions a game will do that to you.
Pretty much. The team will do that to you.
Pretty much.
All right, man. I gotta jump off here. I appreciate y'all having me back on.
No problem, bro. Anytime.
Hit me up, I guess, if you need me to cover the Cover 3 show again next week.
No problem, brother.
Much love, y'all.
I come in next Tuesday too, because we're gonna talk about defense next Tuesday.
Nice.
That'll be our last show because we're going to Bakersfield the next week after that. So that'll be our last Tuesday night show. I'll hit you up.
Y'all gonna be in Bakersfield? That's nice.
Yep.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, take it easy.
All right, Rip. Have a good one, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for Rels for joining us on Cover 3 show. We're gonna have some special guests Cover 3 until Chuy gets well and gets back and everything goes well with him. So, final rants.
Rebel said it best, especially the part about Cal being the best college football team ever.
Oh my God, really?
No, but you know what I'm saying? There's
how many national championships? Okay, how many national championships did they win?
I mean, it's not all about winning. You know what I'm saying? It's all about points.
Well, you think? Wait, hold on.
Nah.
You think said winning is everything. Don't know your name.
If we want to look at the LeBron way of it, you know what I'm saying? But
here we go.
There are a lot of good things to look forward to. Like I said, the Arizona safety, having both of them, I love that. The running back, we got our guy. That's going to help Genty out a lot. The fullback situation, I gave it a B+, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because if the McCoy works out, then it'll take it up a notch, like for sure to A. But for now, until we see kind of how that works out, I just gave it a B+, which is we are all kind of in the same range, A-, B+.
A-, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, if the McCoy, because really McCoy is the only questionable pick, and that's the high. You know what I mean? That's the high ceiling pick. The risk pick. If that's our risk,
low risk, high reward.
That was a pretty good draft. If that's our risk, one of the top 15 in the draft. You know what I mean? If he's healthy, I think it's worth a shot. We've taken risks on people we never even heard of before, Leatherwoods and
Oh, but yeah. But the thing is, the thing with McCoy is this: if he's not ready to go day one or any days following that, you don't have to rush back because we did pick up some other D-backs, So then, we have to throw him out there day one. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with Terry Wilson when Chandler went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do that. He can, if some of the doctors say you don't really need a surgery, but if he does need a surgery, fine, take the year off. get better. We'll bring you back next year. They drop in the 4th round, so it don't like it was a first round, like a number of a pick or a second round pick. It's a 4th rounder. Which 4th rounders, sometimes start, sometimes they don't. So you don't have to, have to get out there right away. I know he wants to, believe that. But if he's not physically ready, go take a break, relax.
Yeah.
My thing is this. Reason why I gave the A- because of one pick that I thought you should have did better with was a D tackle, but I guess they did get their D tackle. So right now I'm gonna leave it an A-. All the picks we got the picks that are what we needed. Definitely a quarterback, got that also automatic. That was gonna happen. We got a running back, and that's my happiest pick. Because Genty is good. Genty's good. He's tough. He's durable. The man's a beast. But I can't have Genty running like that every down and getting hit like that every down because that's going to wear and tear him. Give him a break. Because when Genty won the game, who came in? Zamir White.
Oh.
You forgot his name already?
I was trying to think when he went out. He
did nothing. I know the offensive line had to do, but still, we had no running back. We had one running back. Lobby was fickle. Now he had a couple of good plays, but at best, man. Yeah, Chris Collier. They didn't even put him out there. Pete Carroll didn't even have the boy play. That Collier guy, Chris Collier, he didn't even go out there. So what are we doing? Now we got running back that can get out there, a number 2 running back, and then they got Henby, a number 3, possibly a number 3 back. So now we got our running back, a 1-2-3 punch. That's what I was happy. That's what I'm happy about the draft. So
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see it, put it together, cuts, signings if need be, but I don't know. This should round out into a pretty good roster. But like I said, every other team is getting better too. So like I said, we got some catching up to do.
Well, they didn't have to improve as drastically as we had to.
Mm-hmm.
They already had their team already because only 2 years ago, all 3 AFC West teams went into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Last year, 2 went. Best believe Kansas City's not going to have that same year they had last year. I don't know if Mahomes is going to start or now they're going to put the other guy, Justin Fields, in there. No telling. But the thing is that you best believe that they're not going to suffer like they did last year. Denver's not going to suffer like they did last year. Chargers not going to suffer last year. They did get better pieces. So we have a long way to climb. That's what I'm saying. I don't see us going to the playoffs this year, next year, this year. Don't see it. But I do see us winning a few more games and competing a lot better than we have been, especially on offense. Because you look at it, defense wasn't that bad last year, to be honest with you. They were ranked pretty at like low mids. Only reason why they suffered because the offense couldn't get the damn points, like you said. 13 points a game. So you got little league teams that score more points than that in a baseball game. So anyway, let's see, what's that? Frank no rants here, just a thanks to the guys and a little late, of course. Hey Frank, you're always welcome to stop in, man. I appreciate you coming in. Let's see. We close on some of these chats here. I understand like as a Raider fans, we were traumatized from the past events, but we can't keep bringing our baggage from the past with us to the present. Exactly. You said it right. Dude, I ought to get you on the show one day. I like your thoughts. I think we're not to draft out of the park. Man, we got the best players available at that fits. Yeah. They didn't get the best. They didn't get a BPAs, the best player available at that spot. They got the best player that fits. Very good. Yeah, dude, I'll get you on the show one day, man. You got some good thoughts. Anyway, hey guys, we're gonna get out of here. You know, we're gonna put a little Myra to sleep. I'm just gonna go eat my dinner. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight on the Cover 3 show. Like special thanks to Raider Rebel for joining us for the Cover 3, because we'll be Cover 3 without 3 people. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, Ravers Unleashed. I'm Crystal Raiders. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, as well as Nation Jasin. I'm trying to get there. Our next show will be Sunday morning, building show. If you know God let us do that, so it'll be Sunday morning, and then our final show not this month, will be the final show for 2 weeks. We're going to be off on Tuesday. Tuesday next week. That'll be a last show for a few weeks, because we're going to the kickoff. Gotta get some things together, and we'll see you then. So until next time, see you, man.
Yep. Raiders till we die, man.
Always.
New video coming Friday. Check out the ones I put out so far. They will get better. You know what I'm saying? I'm experimenting with stuff and learning, but yeah, definitely check them out. Every song has a meaning. You know what I'm saying? So enjoy.
Thanks again. You're welcome. All right, like I said, Raider Nation don't die. We just multiply. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Let's go.
Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, 4 Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, 4 Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raider Nation Jasin. Chris, 4 Raiders. Chuy, and this the Cover 3 show. Raiders.